All right, what's going on? We're hiding out in the garage in the affectionately known as the Room of Doom um, for this week's video. Apologize for the delay. Ended up going out last night. If you're in Orange County, Flash Pants is the show to go see, and you will be very entertained. Um, this is my Fabricio shirt. Big fan. Got to meet him. Very, very kind and funny as hell guy. Very funny. Anyway, last week's video stirred some stuff for some people, and I'm very excited about that. Part of it being the honesty about the food addiction, and it's quiet this morning, and like everybody else is sleeping, and so I thought I'd come out here and do this, and it's not going to be a loud promo because I'm just I don't have it, but what it is that those fucking secrets like that will kill you. They might not kill you, but those secrets will keep you separated from people around you. It's true. Once you pull the trigger about something in the dark and you decide that you're not going to share that with another human being, or you're not going to talk about that openly, then that means you're trying to hide it. And that becomes an issue where it's starting to separate you from your fellow and that guy next to you or that gal next to you. And now you're separating yourself from them because you have something that happened, or you have something that's going on that they don't understand. And you become unique in the fact that nobody has ever been through that, and everybody has something like that. And my benefit is being sober a really long time, so I can start to recognize this stuff. But it's been very hard for me to bring food and eating issues to the table. My wife and I, when we were on the way home, we were going to stop and get something to eat on the way home, and I literally could name every place there is from the freeway to our house, down one of the streets in my area. And this is 2.5 miles. And I literally could I listed off everything there was, Don't fucking hold on to that shit, You have to be totally honest about that, at least with one fucking person. You don't have to tell the world, you don't have to tell fucking the internet community, you don't have to tell anybody else, but you better find one fucking person that you're accountable to. I've been hashtagging purpose, accountability, and conduct, and those 3 words are vital. They're very vital. What's my purpose? Who am I accountable, and how do I act? And that accountability, it has to be with at least one other human being. And I've opened up some stuff for a couple people that I've talked to, and I'm really excited about that because I feel there is a lot of stuff that goes on, especially with food. I think there's a lot that goes on fucking in the dark, or behind a door, or some shit of that nature, and that makes me different than you. That makes me separate from you, and I can't reiterate that point enough, because if I don't feel like you'll understand what I'm going through, I'm fucked. Because I'll never tell you, because I'm embarrassed, there's shame, there's guilt, there's remorse, there's all this shit that's going on, and it just becomes more and more, and it can become more powerful than what I'm trying to fucking accomplish. And for some people, it's not a big deal. Food is food, and they fucking eat, and they handle their business and shit like that. Hey, that's our new puppy. But for other people, it starts to compile on top of itself, and you become embarrassed, and that's fucking big. Find somebody. Find somebody you fucking trust that's not going to blast your shit all over the place. But find somebody you trust and that you can talk to them and say, this is what I do, or this is the behavior, or this is what I did, or whatever the fuck's going on. Let somebody know, and hopefully it's somebody that can understand and walk through this process, because it's going to be it's going to be a learning process, and it's not a fucking overnight deal, you know. Just fucking find somebody to talk to that you trust, and let them know what's going on. Thing is, if you don't do that, you're always going to hit a wall. You're always going to find an excuse, you know, and you'll continue the behavior because there's nobody to check it. And what happens, I don't know. I don't know where it goes. But if you're in the middle of that frenzy, and I've been in the middle of that food frenzy, and it's a tornado, and there's nothing that satisfies that craving until you're sick. And that fucking sucks. I don't want that for anybody. And we may focus on this for a while. I don't know. It just depends on how things go. But this week, I challenge you to find somebody this week that you can talk to about that and discuss that shit with. And say, hey, listen, this is what I did yesterday, or this is what I did last week. And I just don't feel right about it. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Let's share that fucking... what's the one thing that you don't feel right about when it comes to the food? You know, it's going to get better. There's a lot of tools out there, and there's a lot of, you know, I'm nobody. I'm just some dude that's got the gift of gab and fucking an egomaniac, and I like talking, and I got great hair. And so, you know, find somebody. Let's talk about it. If you need to, you can fucking DM me. You can find me on social media. I whatever, you know. If you know me, fucking call me, text me. I don't give a shit. Email me. Let's figure it out together. All right. Have a great week.